Welcome back to Game 2 of IPL Season 1 Losers Round 2 matchup between EGaxslav and EGiNcontroL. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard that right. These two are teammates, and it is EGiNcontroL who is on the chopping block here in game number 2 as EGaxslav takes the first game on Xel'Naga Caverns. Let's introduce our players and show their positions. We have our blue Protoss player, EGiNcontroL, spawning in the south position of Shattered Temple. And his opponent, very good friend and teammate and Protoss player, they have a lot in common. It is going to be EGaxslav, our red Protoss. Now we should take a moment and really discuss and reflect a little bit on what it must be like to play versus a teammate in a major competition. And I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about IPL. I'm talking about an online league. I'm talking about going to a LAN event and playing. You know, imagine, and I know many of you actually have something like this, where you have a friend that you play a lot of StarCraft with. Maybe some 1v1s, and between you and your buddy, you know pretty much how the cards fall, right? And you get really comfortable knowing their weaknesses inside and out. But then you have to train versus all these other opponents. So when you go to a competition or you have to play in a competition like this, there are two battles going on. The first battle would be the fact is that you are currently engaged in a high profile StarCraft 2 matchup. The second one is that your opponent is someone that you have played with a lot. He is a teammate. He is someone that knows a lot of your inner workings and how you think and what your weaknesses are and what your strengths are. And so part of the game is trying to play against what your teammate knows so well. And, you know, as, of course, the esport evolves, that becomes true for every player. You know, certain gamers like an MC are going to be stapled with a style of play. Igra also was categorized as a macro Zerg. As I'm trying to keep up with the action here, is continuing to tell the story. You know, it's just an amazing thing to me because we see it happen in LAN events. We see it happen all the time. Some great examples in the past have been Select versus Zhou, where Select really just understood his teammates so well that he was able to do ridiculous damage to him. That understanding of a good competitor is something that that is hard to get through mentally in a game like this. So, now that I've given my little thesis there on what I think it's like for two teammates to play, let's focus in on the action. We've got a probe here from EGaxslav making its way up. Not going to get far. Zealot inside. Zealot, though, unfortunately, very slow. He's going to see exactly what's going on in here, however. And EGiNcontroL pretty much opening exactly the same way that he did before with the Stalker coming out. Another gateway is going to go down, and he's going to allow him to see this. Now, here's where I think it's pretty interesting that that probe got chased out, because he could be going with a robo, but he is going to drop another gate, and I just suspect that possibly another gate might go down. And we do have this gas being taken over here by this Zealot, so gas steal from EGiNcontroL. And are we going to see right now 3 gates? Another pylon's going to go up. I feel like there was a delayed gateway because the probe was there. I don't know. Could be reading into it. I can't read these guys' minds. Only they know what they're doing. But 3 gates up on both sides. Finally, that gas does go down. Gas being taken by EGaxslav. And what will he decide to do here? Last time he eventually went robo and then expanded behind that. Let's see, as we just have the 3 gates. So we are going to have a 3-gate robo. So EGiNcontroL not going to do anything crazy. In fact, I think it's going to be exactly the same thing on both sides as it is. Now, the difference that we can look at here between these two builds is first off the fact that the robo facility there is about the same. It will finish earlier for EGaxslav, but EGiNcontrol's been mining his gas a little bit longer than EGaxslav because he had taken that that gas steal. So, you know, it's not like a huge amount of gas, but it is something. So we'll have to see what the first unit to come out of both these robotics facilities will be. Typically, you'll see an observer first, but we do see both these players at least getting into a position to either expand here or possibly move forward and try to go for some early aggression. We are going to have an observer being chrono boosted by EGiNcontroL. out of his robotics facility. Taking a quick look at the income and how these guys are doing on their probe count. 25 probes for EGiNcontroL. Over here in this mineral line, we've got 31 probes for EGAxslav. And generally, I feel like we've been seeing EGAxslav a little bit ahead on the probe count, but here is a possible 3-stalker push here. The observer is going to see it. Let's check out the vision. He sees a couple of stalkers moving forward. He's going to immediately move back. Gets a couple of zealots out here. And note that we do have this proxy pylon and this probe right here that could make another proxy pylon here. Gateway. It's a big gateway. Nexus is down, and it looks like he is going to have vision of this with that observer, but he's not going to be able to snipe that observer. Going to probably be able to take this pylon out. And fortunately for EGiNcontroL, he is a little bit ahead on his supply, but he's going to want to make sure. In fact, I think one just finished just as that one went down. So I'm curious to see if anything's going to happen here with this probe. He could bait him a lot here, like, oh, feign. He's feigning that, oh, you're keeping me in my base. Will we see another pylon go up? Now, it is a risky pylon because it can get taken down, and we do have some units out here. So it's going to have to be a very smart attack. So EGiNcontroL does look like he's going to move out. We've got, oh, a Colossus on the way already. Oh, hello over here, Robotics Bay. That's what you do. That's what happens when you don't look at the production tab as often as you probably should. As the Robotics Bay is down, the Colossus is going to come out. A second Colossus is going to come out. And this will be an interesting surprise here for EGAxslav. Of course, EGAxslav choosing to basically expand. So this is going to certainly be an all or nothing here for EGiNcontroL. If these Colossus go down, as the first one does make its way out the field, and the rest of his supporting units go down, oh my gosh, here they come right now. There are a couple of Immortals in that mix as well, but there it is. It's going to immediately go after some of those frontal units. That means the Zealots of EGiNcontroL are going to be able to do a little bit more damage. He's doing a great job without the extended thermal lance, taking out these units of EGAxslav, and even though he doesn't have a monstrous ground force, he took out those Zealots, and now going after those Immortals. All the shields of that Colossus are down. The Immortal gets focus fire down. Both Immortals are down. Units now, another pylon going up. Warp in from here. He can now sandwich these units. Do we have another Immortal on its way? Yes, we do. It's coming down right now, but that Colossus is making a huge difference in this battle. We have a second Colossus on its way, but I don't even think it's going to be able to get here in time. Force fields to keep those units in. We do have some probes going out. Those probes will get annihilated there, but very smart. EGiNcontroL moves back. Does he know about that pylon? Yes, he does. And I think EGiNcontroL needs to sandwich him right here. EGiNcontroL, go sandwich him while you have the chance. I think he's just waiting over here for this next Colossus to move forward, but here he is going to, oh, if I think he would have sandwiched him there, it would have been certainly game over. He'll get his own positioning anyway as another Colossus comes out. Certainly that is going to be GG any moment for EGAxslav. As the feign by EGiNcontroL works, the Colossus trying to do damage. Its focus fire down, but all of the units of EGAxslav will fall, and there will not be enough. There is one Immortal out on the field. We do have another one on the way, but I do not think that it will be enough. A Stalker coming in. He can micro this Colossus and even take out the Zealots if he needs to, but it won't even matter. Here comes the final round of units for EGAxslav. There's just no way he's going to be able to fend past this. It's Immortal already losing all of its shields, and this Colossus just completely negates the effects. Oh, Colossus goes down to the probes. EGAxslav not going to give up. Probes going after the second Colossus, and I can't ever say that I would recommend, oh, Colossus, go ahead and use your probes. But it works for EGAxslav for one Colossus. Unfortunately, the force is too much, and GG, as EGiNcontroL brings it back into his favor and takes game number 2 to stay alive and take it to game number 3. I'm DJ Wheat, and I will see you for game 3 of IPL Season 1, EGAxslav versus EGiNcontroL, the conclusion.